As you scroll down the surface of Reddit, you'll probably come across content that you'll just brush off and not care about. However, once you find a mysterious rabbit hole and descend upon it, you'll find things that are just odd. Well, tonight, we'll be taking a look at a post that I found on the RBI subreddit. This is their story. On November 2nd, 2018, a Redditor of the name Gretch702 would take to the RBI subreddit for help in regards to a possible stalker situation by their landlady. Their post is as follows. I think my landlady from Airbnb is spying on me. The information I have is circumstantial. I have no solid evidence. However, unless my landlady is Santa Claus, then she has no way of knowing the exact moment I sleep or wake up to go to work, etc. She knew that my mom stood at my place for a night and knows where my children sleep. Yesterday, I came home from work late and she called me on the home phone as soon as I got through the door. No big deal, I thought. So I called her over and paid the rent, and that's when she started talking. In a few instances she slipped up and mentioned a few private things that she should not have known unless she was watching me. She quickly changed the subject, and I figured I would let her do so until I investigate the interior of the house. I am staying at an extended stay Airbnb in Phoenix, Arizona. I've asked a couple of questions on some different subreddits. My question to the Reddit Bureau of Investigation is, what's the best cell phone camera to spot hidden cameras, and any other tips would help. I don't have tons of money to buy extra equipment. I do have a few cell phones, and I'm sure I could borrow an expensive cell phone from one of my friends to locate the hidden cameras. Another sub told me that phones can pick up certain light from hidden cameras. Is this true? I was just wondering if there are any other tips. Single family, 4-bedroom, and 3-story house. There is a mobile trailer in the backyard where the landlord and landlady always stores their stuff. I'm not really sure about it, but they spend tons of time here on the property. Please help. Redditors would start to post their opinions in the comments as to what they thought was the best course of action in this situation. The top comment of this post seemed to be the best advice in the situation to me. Written by a user named Snare, their comment is as follows. The cell phone trick actually works better on cheaper phones. What it's doing is picking up the infrared illuminator of the surveillance camera's night/low light mode. Higher-end cameras/phones will filter or compensate. It's also the effect that makes thin garments transparent and bright light to some cameras, so higher-end phones have some effort put into preventing this. The most likely method to find a hidden camera with a cell phone is to wait till nighttime. Then, with the lights out, walk around your house. Might want to do some house cleaning first, as to not trip. Looking at your camera phone screen, look for a light source that you don't see with your own eyes. That's where the illuminator will be, and likely built into the camera. If you do this during the day or with the lights on, the IR illuminator might be drowned out or not even on, if the camera is smart enough for light level detection. Other than that, the most effective way to tell would be to talk to the police. See if you can get a detective to come over and have a look. They are usually pretty good at spotting such things. The only other idea would be to do something strange or stage something that would distress her if she was watching and see if she reacts. You might also check with a lawyer and see how the Phoenix privacy laws are. Verify what the landlord is and isn't allowed to do, what she is and isn't required to tell you, and if the laws even recognize that Airbnb are a thing. Depending on the local ordinances and state laws, an Airbnb could be like renting an apartment, checking into a hotel, or none of the above. From the glacial perspective of the law, Airbnb is a very new thing. About an hour later, Gretch702 would reply and say, "Thanks so much for the information. I will try to get proof tonight. If I find something, I will notify the authorities immediately," and post an update here. I like the advice Snare has provided Gretch702 here, using an old phone with its camera to survey around your house at night to detect any possible infrared lights inside your home. Later that day, Gretch702 would update their post with their first update with the following. Okay, it's a little past 9 PM and totally dark. Using an iPhone 6 and Android LG Aristo 2, I have not been able to pick up any lights. I tried using live camera and also recorded video at dusk 6 PM-ish. I'm going to try it again in a few minutes and post another update. The second update did come, with Gretch stating, Update 2. There are ceiling fans in every room and in the living room. None of them work, which is raising my suspicions. However, the cell phone trick is not working for me. I'm going to check the ceiling fans and update later. It's getting a little late, so I might do it first thing in the morning. Update 3. Every ceiling fan is broken or not working. All the bulbs unscrew except for one that looks different from the others. I tried to unscrew it, but that does not work. I took a couple pictures. I will post a link in the comments. After looking through the post for the link that contained the images, it was nowhere to be seen. After doing some digging in the comments, a kind Redditor apparently archived the images for anyone to view. Here are the pictures. As for the reason of the pictures being deleted by OP, apparently the reason was because the Facebook account was linked to Imgur and that would reveal their name. However, personally, I feel like this doesn't make any sense. You can either create a new account or create an Imgur image post with an incognito tab, meaning you can post without an account. However, let's continue. For the light bulbs, they do seem to be very out of place. One looks like it's not the same as the rest, and another one looks slightly unscrewed. As for the pictures of the shed outside, there really isn't a lot to go off of here. However, Gretch did describe that the landlady was on the property a lot, so this could back up the theory that maybe she is monitoring the devices that she may have installed to spy on Gretch. Scrolling through more of these comments on this post, I did find one that opened up another theory about how the landlady could be spying on Gretch. Their comment is as follows. Consider there may be audio devices as well. One way or another, any device like this has to connect outside the home somehow, unless she's running a recorder and picking it up when you're not home using the keypad. There would be signs of this, such as her showing up unannounced when she would be expecting you to be away. Anyway, do a Wi-Fi network scan and identify all the networks, such as if they're in the house or if they're in your neighbors. Pretty simple to do. This is what most people rely on. If none are found, there may be devices using the mobile 3G 4G network, but this could get expensive very quickly in some areas. If none are found, there may be some wired devices running cables to friendly areas, neighbors she knows, etc. If none are found, she's using RF, which you could scan for. She could also be hijacking your own Wi-Fi. Whatever the case, you could check your house by hand. Usual places to look for are smoke alarms, motion detectors, power points, and power boards. If there are any you haven't bought yourself, you should look at them closely, even possibly disassemble them, though I don't recommend doing this with electrical equipment unless you know what you're doing, because she has access to your place via the keypad pretty much 24/7, and even things you brought yourself could be bugged. In the first instance, you should probably set up a hidden camera yourself in a way that doesn't make it obvious you did that even if she's watching. Although it could be the landlady is possibly using cameras where Gretch is living, I like this theory more. Since Gretch wasn't able to find any sort of cameras, these sketchy light bulbs do look like that they could be the possible culprit. They look more like possible audio recorders in my opinion. After doing a quick Amazon search, you could literally find multiple types of spy recorders like this, from light bulbs as audio recorders to smoke detectors with hidden cameras inside them, so this theory is plausible. I had a personal theory in mind that maybe there could be possible spying equipment in the air vents, which a Redditor also pointed out. Gretch would shortly debunk this, stating, "Don't forget to look at ceiling tiles and around walls, as well as the air vents. Air vents are clean, and also all the smoke detectors. That was the first place that I looked." So after all of this, Gretch would finally provide their fourth update, with them stating, Update 4. So I yanked out the suspicious light bulbs, and I video documented it, and I am now staying at my brother's house for safety reasons. I have the bulbs in hand, and I will make a video inspection of them, and try to post it anonymously. I tried Imgur, but it's connected to my Facebook, and that has my real name, and I really want to keep you guys updated, so I'm trying not to get banned. I took tons of pictures before I left the property, including pictures of that mobile trailer in the backyard, and I also have a couple photos of the house interior lights on and off. Please let me know a good way of posting them anonymously. I didn't get much sleep last night. A while after this update, there was nothing heard from Gretch. Some Redditors found it odd that Gretch didn't post pictures of the audio devices to their post, which I found odd too. However, Gretch would finally come back with a sixth and final update with the following. Final update. We've confirmed that the light bulbs are all audio devices. I've notified the authorities and told them the story. At 10:30 AM, I took pictures of the listening devices. However, they are no longer in my possession as the authorities took them for evidence. I'm going to try to post the pictures today. The listening devices kind of look like tiny Raspberry Pis. I'm working on uploading all the pictures and videos now. First, I would like to thank everyone at the RBI for all the tips and advice. I will be marking this as a result for now, but I will not be updating any more photos as I am advised by counsel. However, I might make it off topic after everything is over and just to stop by again and say hello. Thank you all. Gretch never updated Reddit with the pictures of the supposed devices. In my personal opinion, I'm not really sure if I could say I find this post real or not. After doing a quick search on their profile, it seems like they aren't that much of an active Reddit user. Their last post was 5 months ago, and the one before that was a year ago. So, the likelihood of an update is probably very slim. However, Gretch, if you're watching this, an update would be nice as to how the case closed. You said law enforcement got involved, so obviously if you can't provide an update or choose not to, that's perfectly fine. Alright guys, so that's it. Let me know what you guys thought of this post in the comments below. Did you think it was real or fake? As always guys,
Have a nice day.